6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
Has that happened?
Yeah, it's happened. Maybe not 6 or 7 times, but like, you know, at some point you gotta either just say, I'm sorry, but you know, this is it, or you can leave, or you just try to please them.
Have you had to do that at some point?
Yeah.
Confront somebody?
The stupid thing is a lot of times you'll just look at it, it'll be fine, you'll send it back out, maybe with like some more sauce on it or something. You know, not to, because like, you know, I did this right, they're just maybe trying to impress their friend or something. 9 times out of 10, they take it the second time. So, but yeah, if you screw up, no problem, we get it. We make mistakes too. We overcook things, we undercook things, you know, or somehow a bad cut of meat that maybe has a little more fat in it went to your table and you wanted a leaner piece. It's just part of the job. You get that order in and out as quick as you can while not screwing up the other tables, and you feel bad about it.
What about when you get those busy rushes? Is there a process you go through to get through it, like one plate at a time, or do you do like, let's do these 3 plates at a time, and then, you know,
you
got
just
to
kind
chunk
of
down?
zone out and let it happen.
Yeah.
Some days, no matter what you do, you're going to be behind. And then some days, like the tickets just fall into place, and you could do twice as much work as what's coming through. You know, and those days are addicting. And I think that's why a lot of people really like cooking, because like you get through this and you're like, oh man, bring it on again, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Do you do anything to make it fun in the kitchen, like play music while you're cooking, or like mess around with other chefs, or?
It's if you have good camaraderie with your coworkers, it's like any job. You really appreciate it, and you look forward to coming to work. You know, good tunes are always a must in a kitchen. It's like, you know, probably the most important thing besides like the people you work with. So, yeah, lots of camaraderie.
So what made you get into the culinary industry?
Well, I was 15, looking for a job. I knew some dishwashers. They're like, we're hiring dishwashers. They knew that if they hired me as a dishwasher, they would get promoted to like fry guy or something. And so that meant like another quarter for them, and they didn't have to wash dishes. So I started washing dishes, and then it was like, hey, can you hold a knife? Oh, sure. Can you cut these strawberries or potatoes or whatever? Yep. All right, let's try this. And then next thing you know, you got somebody else washing dishes, and you're the fry guy.
How did you choose to get out of the business then?
It was just, I like it a lot, but it's not the lifestyle for me. I don't like the long hours. I don't like a lot of the hard living associated with it, and I don't like being that competitive.
Hard living meaning
it's
low pay? Or?
No, well, not necessarily low pay, but like very few jobs have insurance. There's a lot of alcoholism and drug use, like in kitchens. You know, people smoke all the time, which is counterintuitive because it destroys your taste buds. And it's just like, I don't want that anymore. I don't want to like look over my shoulder because there's like a bunch of 20-year-olds from MATC that think they can do their job better than me, you know, which maybe in 10 years they can, but I don't want to have to keep pushing them back and stuff, and it was just time to leave. My brothers still do it. They love it. They'll probably be in it the rest of their lives, but for me, it was always like, I really like this, but it's changing more than I am. So.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all I got.
I think that's good for me too. That was really interesting talking about all that.
Oh, do you want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
I would love to hear one, sir.
So, country club, right? We have the upstairs banquet area where like the weddings, the big golf outings take place. Then we have a downstairs, which is off to the bar. And that's where the guys can come in after 18 holes, drink, get a burger. And I don't know what happened. So all I know is that no one else was available, and I had to make some chicken tenders. And at the time, we actually used chicken, like cut up chicken breasts, and we would put them in flour, egg wash, probably flour again, and then deep fry 'em. I didn't know what that. I knew that it went flour, something yellow, flour fryer. And all I could find was this tub of Whirl.
Oh, this is gonna be.
Whirl is butter flavored oil. Okay? So I went
Sounds good.
flour, butter, or flour Whirl fryer, and they were just basically like cooked chicken. Like, it was pretty gross. But I served it, and because I didn't know any better, nobody trained me, and I wasn't supposed to be doing that anyways. And it ended up being for this couple who was upstairs talking about this really expensive wedding that they were going to have there. And they were so turned off by like my chicken tenders that they canceled the wedding.
Oh, man.
Got chewed out. So I was like, look, unless you're going to train me, don't ever ask me to do that again. So,
Whirl is just like oil?
yeah, it's
So
like,
just-
it's butter flavored oil.
So it just turned into chicken?
Yeah, basically I'm just adding more oil to fry the chicken. It's like boiled chicken. It was pretty bad.
When you went to Bulgaria, were you near Sofia at all?
Yeah, I was in. So we landed in Sofia. We went to Plovdiv for like a day. We went to the Black Sea coast and kicked it around there for several months, and then made it back to Sofia and Plovdiv.
That's the only city I know there, but I have some friends, some buddies that live there. We had a foreign program where I used to work, and they were from there. So
Yeah, it's a. I had a Bulgarian girlfriend, which
Okay.
made it all the more like easier to travel. But like I always was attracted to like the Cyrillic alphabet, Russia, Eastern Europe. I
Mhm.
really wanted to go someplace that was as far away from America as I could, with still being kind of like
yeah,
European.
Mm.
And that was it. It was beautiful. I mean, like, there's so much history, so much, like, architecture there that, like, I got to see. You know, we would go clubbing in, like, what used to be, like, the Prime Minister's socialist, like, palace and stuff, and
yeah.
it was great. Like,
So do you know the language then?
No,
Oh.
no.
I couldn't even learn to say their names right. They were just like, just call me this. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, I learned
It's so hard.
quite a bit
Yeah.
being there, but what was really weird was I took 4 years of Spanish, and I was a pretty lousy, like, C student in Spanish. But
Mhm.
when I got there, like, having to, like, think of actually, like, conjugating all those verbs and stuff, I could have spoke Spanish with anyone on the world, but there was nobody to speak it with. I kept like, getting really upset.
Yeah.
But, no, it was a good time. I'd love to go back, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, unfortunately. Oh, maybe when I win $1 million. So,
Alright, well, that's a good interview.
yeah, no problem.
Thanks so much
Anytime.
for
Anytime.
saving our grade. And it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Alright.